Welcome to a very special episode of Hokey Religion. This is Tyler.
This is Michael.
Let's talk about Rogue One.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons are no match for a good blast here, true side.
All right.
Oh boy!
Yeah. In the same fashion as always, we record the episode going up.
Whenever
soon.
it goes up.
Yeah, and right
Still
after we
decided
record
that.
an episode, Disney decides to announce something related to Star Wars.
Yes.
Something always comes out like the day after or 2 days after we record an episode.
Yeah, so just a little background. We just recorded an episode yesterday that's going to air. That had to get pushed basically because this stupid thing came out this morning.
We'll see. It'll probably still come out on the same day. This episode is just going to be a little early. As a
Okay,
special.
whenever, yeah.
We're just going to do a short episode just to talk about Rogue One.
Because we have to. Because it looks amazing!
In the episode on Monday, you will hear us saying, there's still nothing about Rogue One. At that point, that was true. At this point, it is not true.
We have
Time
lots
travel.
of things to talk about.
So after you listen to this episode, listen to the Monday episode, which was in the past, but this one's in the future.
Yes.
But
it's all backwards.
It's all in your now.
It's our now. Right now.
Now.
So anyway, Rogue One.
we got a teaser,
Yes.
which was really good.
Amazing.
I thought it was great.
The look of it was so like everything's so contrasty and
Yeah.
like super sharpened, and it just looks like a war movie, you know?
Yeah, it does. And I know you noted this, that the cinematographer is the one that
Same guy who worked on Zero Dark 30.
which was a beautiful
Yeah.
movie.
And there was another movie he did too. I don't remember what it was, but
And once you said that, I recognize that in the way it looks.
yes,
With
definitely.
the contrast. Oh yeah, it looks great. Yeah. So we get official confirmation, I guess. Well, I guess it had maybe been official before, but the main lead woman character is Jyn.
Jyn Erso, I think, right?
Jyn Erso.
Erso? Is there a T in there or not? I can't remember.
We're bad at remembering things.
That's why we have notes. And I just put Jyn in our notes. I didn't say her actual name.
Yes, Jyn Erso. It's
Erso.
Erso.
Okay. Yeah.
Supposedly is how it's spelled.
Main character. Apparently, a lot of people are complaining that she is a woman. A lot of dumb people.
Should that be? Should that be a surprise after episode 7 came out and the lead character is a woman?
Also, why is that a problem?
Well, that's one thing, but
We're getting a new Star Wars movie. Who cares?
yeah, and it's a team movie anyways. Obviously, they're focusing on her, but there's going to be
A teen movie.
a whole team.
A teen? Like Teen Wolf?
Yeah.
That was a teen movie,
I
right?
guess that would be a teen movie. When I think teen movie, I think of like, I don't know, 16
High
Candles.
School
or
Musical?
something horrible.
Oh. We have very
Bad
different
80s.
opinions.
I don't know. Yeah, so I mean, she's a main character. I don't think she's obviously. I guess she's the front, maybe the lead of the team, but
Well, yeah,
there's more than just her.
she seems like the person who the team was built around.
Yeah, I mean, she's not the only one going to get the Death Star plans.
Is this going to be like Ocean's 11 where there's the main...
Donnie Yen has to get in a box. I think we've discussed this in an episode prior.
No, really? Did we?
I'm pretty sure we made
No,
this
that
exact
was,
same. This exact
That was the
same comment.
Expendables. Doesn't, what's his name, get shoved into a little box?
So I'm talking about in Ocean's 11 where they put the small Asian person in that cart that gets wheeled into the safe. And
Is every movie with an Asian person just somebody gets put in a box at some point?
sure.
We have two examples, so that's a lot so far.
That's a lot so far. So Donnie Yen's going to be put in a box that's rolled into the wherever they keep the plans to the Death Star. He's
In
gonna
the-
be he's gonna
in
be
the
hiding,
Death Star,
he'll be
apparently.
hiding in a gonk droid that walks into the room. Then he busts out and steals the plans.
No, he, I forgot what I was going to say. All right, let's
Good
keep
story.
going.
So, I love how it opens up. They're walking her through a rebel base, and it's totally the temple from Yavin.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. And then Mon Mothma, who looks like they went back in time and got the same actress almost. She looks
Yeah.
way like her.
I saw a bunch of people saying that it was the person who played Mon Mothma in Revenge of
Yeah,
the
I
Sith.
guess we don't have a full casting confirmation of who is
Yeah,
who.
I don't know if that's
Um,
confirmed or not.
but people-
it looks
people are saying
sort
it
of
looks
like
like
her.
her.
I was looking at pictures. I pulled up pictures from Revenge of the Sith, and it looks sort of like her, but I don't know.
I mean, if you're trying to get people that look like Mon Mothma, they're all probably going to look similar to each other.
Sure, but
there's a look for that.
No, I meant look at this lady looks similar, sort of similar to the one in Revenge of the Sith, but
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
But her like her voice and her face and everything is
it's
just beautiful. It's just spot on.
yeah, it's really really good. And then of course with talking about the Yavin base later on when that siren's going off of the
Yes.
everyone's running out of the base I guess to get in the ships or whatever, but that siren is just so OG. It's so it brings back all of the childhood memories hearing that noise.
Yes.
I never really thought about that until I started playing. I was like, oh, it's the
the siren.
It's the siren.
Do you remember when they played that siren in the original trilogy? Was that in Empire or was it in A New Hope? I actually don't remember a siren in A New Hope.
I think it was maybe Empire, but it was on a. It was. Ooh.
Was it in the new? Was it in the
was
original
in the original
trilogy?
It
At
was.
some point?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember.
I just don't
want to
remember
say
when.
it was on. It was going off on an Imperial ship though.
Like
Was it not the siren going off when he was pulling? Darth
was it in
Vader?
the Death Star?
Or in the Death Star when he was getting Darth Vader? Was that not going off?
So this is yeah, okay.
It's just the siren that everyone uses.
For some reason, I was thinking. Well, yeah, you were saying it was in the hangar, but yeah, I think that's an Imperial.
Well, in the original movies it was, but in this trailer it was at the Yavin base.
Oh, so maybe everyone just has the same siren
There's
company.
a company with the monopoly on sirens.
Siren provider.
Yeah. Space sirens.
This is the mob controlled.
Hut sirens for all your emergency needs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, something else I put down was I mean, along the same lines, it was just so good to see like original Stormtrooper armor and like regular
New
Star Destroyers.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, all the new like
it's
the hover tank and the new Stormtroopers and stuff are
interesting
cool.
what some of the stuff they're doing too, because one there's the Death Squad, which is supposedly Shadow Troopers.
The shadow is like proto Shadow Troopers, kind of.
And apparently they have like a green light like near their eyes, something like that. Maybe
Oh,
for
really?
Night vision or something like that.
Sweet. Okay.
But of course the shot we got was in daytime, so you can't see that.
Some kind of Stormtrooper commando, basically, right?
Yeah, basically a Shadow Trooper, but they're called the Death Squad,
Okay.
supposedly. But then you have stuff like those AT-ATs that they were basically running through the legs of.
Yeah.
But those are the bigger, taller AT-ATs that were introduced in Rebels.
I don't know. I'm not sure on
They're
the
not
size.
the same ones from Empire.
No, right.
They're the bigger ones. They look like the ones from Rebels. The big.
They
big,
are.
taller
Yeah,
ones.
they were like the first AT-ATs, I guess, before they refined everything. But
Yeah.
I don't know about the size. I don't know if they were taller or not, but they were definitely.
Well, like
the same
the
ones.
bodies were taller on top of the legs.
Oh, really?
That part. Like the whole back part, like it's a taller
Oh, all right.
on top of the legs. At least it looks like it.
That's cool.
But I love that they're blending all the.
They're pulling
It's
stuff.
the canon.
Yeah.
It's the official canon. It's not like there's a Star Wars cartoon, but this is a movie, so we're going to use a different thing for the movie.
Right. It's like an established thing now.
Yeah, it's just super cool.
Pretty sweet.
So digging into it, we're not going to do a picture by frame review of this one like we did for episode 7, but
Yeah.
there's definitely a lot of little things to talk about. So we've got an admiral in white.
Yes.
It looks like a dude yanked Thrawn's outfit, basically.
Basically.
Except for the cape. I don't think Thrawn had a cape. He wasn't that.
No, he never wore a cape.
Yeah. But so it's definitely an admiral. It's not. I don't think it's someone we know, though.
That's what I was trying to figure out. Is this? I mean, I had put down a few kind of theories that I was thinking about when I first saw him. I mean, we will talk about in the future in the episode we recorded last night about them tying Rebels and Rogue One together in Rebels season 3.
Yeah.
That's what is supposedly going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like characters are going to be, I guess, introduced in Rebels that might be in Rogue One, or things alluded to, or something like that.
The people I would expect would be people like. Of course, we don't have any of their character names, but like Diego Luna's character, I would expect probably to see.
Oh yeah,
in
that
Rebels.
Rebel
People that are
was he a pilot?
I believe so.
I couldn't tell.
People that are established in the rebellion. We probably won't see Jin because she just got pulled in.
Right. But yeah, I was trying to think: is this guy going to be introduced in Rebels as a new like
villain.
someone to watch out for, a new villain?
Yeah.
Is it Agent Callus from Rebels? No idea.
He doesn't have the chops.
Well, yeah, you could have shaved him.
Would he
You
do
can't.
that?
Admirals can't have chops like that.
Would he shave his chops?
I was looking at those chops the other day. It's like,
They're rough.
oh my
They're
gosh,
rough chops.
they are so tall.
They're really bad. At first, you thought maybe it could be like Tarkin, but at that point, he was already a Moff.
That was my initial reaction, just because. Yeah, I mean, here's this new guy who is not only invested in pursuing these rebels personally, it looked like, because he was like walking on the ground, at some point. He's stationed on the Death Star, which that's where Tarkin was stationed eventually. And is apparently pretty high up.
Yeah.
But it's the wrong rank. Tarkin was a Moff, not an admiral.
Yeah, he was already a Moff by that point.
And the cape seems a little showy for Tarkin.
Well, in the book, like the whole first chapter is like queer eye for Tarkin. He's like picking out clothes the whole first chapter.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Which he's like deciding on that, iconic uniform that they end
the
up
specific
using.
Gray.
Like that specific gray with the specific cut and everything like that.
True.
And he was already a Moff and he was already working on the Death Star.
Didn't he get promoted to... Did he get promoted to a Grand Moff at the end of the book? Or was that not... Did that not happen? I can't remember now.
I don't know if he was a Grand Moff yet. I know he was at least a Moff at that point.
He was a Moff, yeah.
And everyone thought it was odd that a Moff was being sent to this backwater planet for whatever mission, because why would they hide him away? People thought he was in trouble.
Right. I thought, there was that whole part where he was like snuggling up to the Emperor. Remember that chapter?
That was a different book.
Oh, wait, is this not? I'm thinking of something different. Never mind.
That was the one we wrote.
Oh, yeah.
Shh. So he looks really cool. I saw a thing on Reddit of someone took him and turned him blue and gave him red eyes to make him Thrawn.
Because that's what everyone is thinking right now.
I guess you could make Thrawn white. Everyone would be pissed if you did that.
Would it be Thrawn then?
No, he's supposed to be. He's a chiss. He's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's
blue.
what I'm saying. Would it even be Thrawn at that point if they? This guy isn't Thrawn.
If he was badass enough, I may accept that because I want Thrawn to exist in canon.
Wait a second. Wasn't there that rumor that season 3 of Rebels that Thrawn might be introduced?
There's a rumor. Yes.
Do you think this might be Thrawn?
You could not make Thrawn and have him not be a chiss. Everyone
and this
would
guy
be so mad. Mad.
Actually, that would make sense, wouldn't it, to introduce him in Rebels?
It would be super cool.
Have him not die and carry over into Rogue One, and then maybe kill him off, I guess, at some point.
To make Thrawn canon. It would be super uncool to change his race.
To throw away his
because
backstory.
This whole thing of being a chiss and he's blue with red eyes, that's like super intimidating.
Super rare?
It's just like super intimidating too.
Was it rare for that species?
Well, it's rare for the Empire to have someone that's not a human.
Oh, yeah,
anything.
Right. They even explain that
he's
in
so
the books.
Brilliant. He's so brilliant that the Emperor really didn't care.
Right.
And so
this was his exception or something.
Yeah, and so him being like the only alien in all of the Empire is even more so like frightening.
I don't know. I kind of like that idea that this is Thrawn. I mean, it's pretty far-fetched.
Maybe he puts on makeup.
And this is based on one rumor on a show that hasn't even aired this season yet.
Maybe he has a lot of makeup on and he's hiding that
it's
he's
like
a
the
chiss.
Joker.
He's hiding that he's chiss.
It's like Tim Burton's Joker where he like puts the makeup of a real face on. Yeah.
So that's, it looks like a pretty sweet character. I don't like the cape because that makes him a little more like, I don't know. A little more poofy.
So I had this thought process of when I saw that the first time, like I watched it on my phone on my way to work this morning. I saw some tweet so I put it on my dashboard, and I was like, "Oh crap! Is that what's his name? Magneto."
Magneto? Oh, the same actor?
Gandalf. I cannot believe.
Is that Gandalf? Is that Magneto? This is a Star Wars trailer. What do you want? Ian McKellen?
Yes. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe I forgot his name. But I thought, because it kind of looked like him.
He was an older man with gray hair. It has to be Ian McKellen.
Exactly. I thought,
only one of those.
Is this Ian McKellen? Because that cape, that would be a perfect thing for him.
Just Disney starting to do just massive crossover between all of their IPs.
Oh man. Wow.
At some point he puts on the helmet.
What if Disney buys Lord of the Rings? That brand, I guess.
That would never happen.
Then-
yeah, no. So
Anyway.
that's a pretty sweet new character that I definitely want to find out more of. And then we've got Jin.
Ben Mendelsohn, by the way, is that guy, is the
yeah.
actor's name.
Ben
I
Mendelsohn.
looked up some of his previous work, and I don't really know any of it.
Yeah.
He was in The Dark Knight Rises as some, like, B character. I don't know who
Just
it was.
random guy.
Yeah, I think he was in the stock market when Bane shows up.
Okay.
But
So,
yeah,
just
I didn't recognize
random
him.
stock man.
Number 3.
Yeah. Now of course we've got Jen, who wasn't a rebel. The teaser starts out with them like reading off her arrest record with the Empire.
Yeah, the rebels reading off her Imperial arrest record. I thought that was interesting.
Well, I mean,
Like, why doesn't-
she definitely seems to have been acquired?
Why don't they trust her though?
Well,
That's
because
what I was
she's-
trying to figure
because
out.
She just does because she's a rogue.
But if she has an Imperial arrest record, I don't know. It seemed like that might have been.
I mean, she's obviously very good
good
at what she
thing.
does. The fact that she's alive and she has done a bunch of stuff to the Empire and been arrested and is still around and
Maybe she was arrested because she got caught trying to do something, steal from the rebels or something like
maybe,
that.
or just the fact that she's so good at what she does, they went out like they
Some kind of
recruited her, went out and got her,
Maybe
captured her.
some kind of mercenary or something.
Yeah, something like that. So, of course, introduce any female in Star Wars canon, and everyone's instantly going to go to, oh, it's Rey's mom. I bet that's Rey's mom.
That's like, wasn't it? What was it? The theory before Force Awakens came out that that Kylo was related to Luke somehow, or what was that?
Well,
Was it? What there was
everyone thought both of them were someone's
some. No,
child.
what was the really really stupid theory? There was one like stupid theory that just wouldn't die, and I can't
One
remember what it was. We talked about it.
Obi-Wan, about Rey being like Obi-Wan's daughter or something.
No, it wasn't related to Rey. It was related to Luke, but I can't remember. Anyway, it's like that. It's like this is this movie's stupid theory that is just not gonna die.
Yeah.
Darth
Yes.
Jar Jar.
Oh yeah, that one. I mean, Star Wars female leads have a look. They're
That's like Finn. Oh, Finn. He must be Lando's kid, right?
that one other black dude.
Right.
No, but I mean, Star Wars female leads they have a look. They the dark hair, the attitude, the
Do they?
roguelike. Yeah, I
I
mean,
guess.
so just the fact that
Rey was supposed to be Leia's daughter, but that never.
eh,
That's not true.
I don't know.
That's not true. It can't be true.
I don't
We've
know.
talked about this before.
This is not the episode to have this fight.
Okay. Well, wait till next week.
We'll wait till we record another episode and then something else happens and then we push that one too. But yeah, I that would be far fetched to hold together that it's Rey's mom.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening. We see very little of Alan Tudyk's droid character.
How did people know that was Alan Tudyk? I saw him on IMDb, but it's not listed. Is that just a known rumor right now that he plays a
as far as I
droid?
know, yeah, that he's playing the droid.
Okay. I was just wondering where that came from.
It's supposedly it's called an enforcer droid. It
Interesting.
it was reprogrammed. So, the rumor is from sources unknown that it was a reprogrammed Imperial droid, something kind of like a super battle droid.
Interesting. Is that Jin's droid or is it
Well,
is
so
it just
the
a rebel
rebels,
droid?
They send it. Apparently, they send it with the team
Oh, okay.
to assist.
Interesting.
I mean, it's always good to have a droid with you because they can open doors and stick their dealy bobbers and stuff and
Yeah.
spin them up,
Twirl. That's what them droids do.
stick their stuff in the things, and they twirl. You don't really get to see him very well. He's in the background of one shot with Jen, and then you see his back when they're like walking down a hallway. So you never really
Yeah.
get to see what the droid really looks like.
By the way, I saw a tweet about that shot where they're running down that hallway with the droid, and someone put it next to a shot of some subway line, and it's that subway line.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah. There's
That's
like if
really
you look
funny.
over on the left, you could see escalators that have been covered up with like fancy future gadgets and stuff, but they're just escalators.
That's really funny.
And you can see one in the background, and
So how are we getting?
there's
pictures
glass
like that?
on the right
How are
side.
we getting pictures like that now when they were actually filming? There was no pictures of
Oh
sets
yeah, I
being
have
built and stuff
no
like
idea.
that.
I don't even know where the
We're
line
getting
was.
that for 8. Why aren't we getting any of that? Why didn't we get none for?
Yeah, I don't know
Rogue
how
One?
this was just under the radar.
I guess no one cared enough. I don't know.
I mean, isn't all of this stuff new, or has some of the stuff in the trailer been leaked and rumored about already?
I mean, there's
the droid thing. Obviously, people knew about that.
There's sources. I mean, a lot of this I'm getting from Making Star Wars, where they have supposedly inside sources and people that they have people that gave them rumors for Episode 7, and everything they got was true.
Interesting.
So they trust these people fairly well after all the confirmation with 7.
Okay.
So
some stuff has been leaked, but not.
But I mean, yeah, like pictures, set, anything like that.
All this junk that we're getting for 8.
We got set leaks of stuff from 7.
Yeah, true.
And nothing for Rogue One, which doesn't make sense to me.
It's crazy.
So yeah, I don't know if Jen's really anyone that we know or should know.
Yeah.
Just new character. Alan Tudyk explained a droid. Talked about the Death Squad troops.
Yeah.
Oh, so there's that scene where you've got Imperial guards, Royal guards standing by a
very
tank.
Important distinction there.
Yes, Royal Imperial guards standing beside some glowing tank. A hooded figure walks up and kneels.
Yes.
That hooded figure does not have the shape of Darth Vader.
No,
because Darth
it's
Vader
cloaked.
also doesn't put a hood up.
Yeah, it's a cloaked figure.
So questions, is that a Bacta tank? Or is that a clone tank?
Do you think it might be a HoloNet transmitter?
No.
You know, I can't. I only.
Why would there be guards guarding a transmitter?
I don't know. It seemed like some kind of throne room
I saw one
type
theory
thing.
that someone was like, maybe Anakin's in Bacta tank, like still becoming Darth Vader, but at the end of Return of the Sith, he's in the suit.
Yeah,
he's like done. So I don't see that happening.
That doesn't make sense.
But something important has to do with that if someone's kneeling and there's royal guards.
Did they actually kneel or did they just walk in?
The person took a knee, like they.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
don't remember now.
So if it's a Bacta tank, why would the Emperor be in a Bacta tank? If it's not a Bacta tank, why would there be royal guards there guarding it?
Right.
Clones? I mean,
yeah, but
I only know of 2 important tanks: Bacta tanks and clone tanks.
Well, even the clone tanks that we've seen were more like just balls with little babies in them.
That's a very astute description of how things are born.
That's no, in the
I know exactly.
In the movie,
I've made one.
In the movie.
And real life. I'll tell you later.
Yeah. Okay. So I pulled it up here.
Yeah, the picture.
It's got. He walks in. The figure walks in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he does kneel.
Yeah.
It looked like he was just going downstairs. That's what I thought at first.
He takes a knee. So.
Yeah, the thing. It's a completely flat like floor, and then there are stairs up to this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's
thing.
not the guy. It's not this admiral in white because he's in white. This is a black, cloaked, hooded figure that walks up to
We're both looking at it right now.
This tank with a lot of wires connected to the top of it. There's smoke. It's obviously something that.
If it's a Bacta tank, it's a very thin Bacta tank.
If it's a Bacta tank, it's a very powerful Bacta tank.
With a lot of steam coming off it.
Yeah. It reminds me a lot of what the...
Do you think this is something coming up out of the ground?
That's what I was about to say. It reminds me a lot of the carbonite chamber.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because of all the steam and the pipes and stuff.
This is glowing white and is a tube.
Right.
So
Ice?
It looks
is it
like
ice?
it could be a cloning chamber.
You think so? I had no idea.
Maybe someone very important to clone?
Yeah, no idea. Maybe. There's a rumor that the cloaked guy is Mads Mikkelsen's character.
Okay.
Which I don't know his name. Do you have his name in the notes somewhere? I thought I saw that.
Oh,
Cassian.
No, that's Diego Luna.
It is? Oh, I thought that was... all right.
The guy that looks like Biggs.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
that's Diego Luna.
This cloaked figure is rumored to be Mads Mikkelsen's character, who is some Imperial.
We don't know what.
Right.
Is he a human? We don't know anything about him?
I assume he's a human. I don't know, actually. I don't know anything other than that's the rumor.
I mean, if there's Imperial Guard, if there's Royal Guards, it has to do with the Emperor in some form or fashion.
Or some kind of
Vader,
really high up.
Because Vader doesn't have Royal Guards.
True. It has to be.
It has to be.
It would have to be, right?
It has to be involved with the Emperor. And the Emperor.
Do you think the
Emperor's not kneeling to someone?
Do you think the Emperor is in some kind of healing tank or something? But why would he need that? He could just use like the Force.
He
or
looks
something.
pretty bad. He could
use the Force or something.
His youth serum.
I mean, we have to see the Emperor at some point in here, right?
I would think so.
Right?
We have to see Vader.
If Vader's going to
we
be
know we're
here,
going to see Vader.
yeah,
I would think the Emperor would be seen in some form or fashion.
just a quick little
Maybe the Emperor,
hologram cameo or something, maybe,
I don't know.
or a back to tank
I
cameo.
like the idea that it's a cloning tank and there's something crazy happening.
They're cloning the Emperor.
Maybe it's like something with Snoke.
He's coming back in episode 8.
This was before episode 4.
I know. Takes a long time to grow an Emperor.
They're just starting the process.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just in case.
And it's like really small Imperial royal guards that are going to grow up with the clone.
Little baby guards.
They have 2 other tanks with little guard babies floating in them.
It's like Muppet babies.
So I mean, it has to.
Vader walks up and he's just like the shins and the feet.
Yeah, with the mom.
Yeah.
That's always there. The nanny, I think it was. So it has to do with the Emperor. I like the idea that it's a cloning tank, just because, like, why? What does that even have to do with anything? I like the mystery
you
of
wonder. Yeah.
that. But a back to tank makes the Emperor seem weak, too.
Well, that's assuming that that's the Emperor inside a back to tank.
Why are there royal guards?
Well, I guess
Emperor is the only one that has royal guards.
I guess what I'm saying is, how could it be a back to tank? Because if it's the Emperor, if it's for sure the Emperor, why would it be a back to tank?
Exactly.
So it
why
has
does
to
the
be
Emperor
something
have a
else.
tank?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. You think it's some kind of shielded thing, maybe?
I don't know.
I guess it looks.
This is the most interesting thing about the entire trailer to me.
It looks physical, like it's a like it's a tank.
It looks real.
I don't know what it could be.
Yeah, that's the most interesting thing to me. That's what I want to know about.
It's pretty interesting.
Because that seems like that would have an impact on canon.
You think so?
You've got Imperial Royal Guards guarding a tank.
Of something.
It has
Of
to-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Snoke.
No, they wouldn't do that. To say that Snoke has existed this whole time, that would be a very George Lucas thing to do.
Yeah.
All
So
right, well,
that's the really interesting part.
Talked about the AT-ATs.
Yep. We've you mentioned, like, since if the guy in white is not Tarkin and he's not, Tarkin's definitely involved with this process.
Tarkin was the overseer for the Death Star construction.
And I think there was very early on there was rumors of them doing a CG Tarkin, using the same actors'
You think so?
likeness
Yeah.
and voice and stuff. So maybe we'll just get like a little cameo,
Maybe
maybe something.
back of the head kind of thing.
Sure, just the bald spot.
Yeah, I don't know.
Um,
But yeah, that's what was one of the things I wrote down is where is Tarkin in this movie?
he's got to be.
What
on
do you
the
think
Death
he's
Star.
up
He's
to?
got to be on the Death Star at this point. It's almost done being built.
You would assume he would be pretty involved in
Yeah.
this
I mean,
happening.
in A New Hope, he was on the Death Star with Vader and everyone.
Or maybe because doesn't he get a Star Destroyer at the end of the Tarkin book? Doesn't the Emperor give him a Star Destroyer?
I
think he
So.
does. Maybe he's
It's been a while.
orbiting the Death Star. I don't know.
Maybe. I would think we have to see him at some point.
Yeah.
So then we have Diego Luna's character, rando guy.
Yeah, Diego
Let's see.
Luna is the guy in the shot where when Jin is answering for her crimes or whatever, he's leaning against the
He looks at her.
the radar
intrigued.
screen. Yeah, he's like, oh, well, don't look at me.
Yeah.
He's got that kind of face.
Everyone keeps saying they want it to be. They think it's Biggs. The source that Making Star Wars has says the character's name is Cassian Willix.
Yeah, I put that in there because I saw a couple people say, oh, this guy looks like Biggs. But, yeah, one, that's already been, like his character name has already been leaked, if that's correct. And two, I don't buy it because of Biggs' timeline, if they keep his existing timeline.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, even Jin's name, the last name, very,
Urso?
very early on, Urso, we got, a leak of possible character names.
Yeah,
Urso was still there, but the first name changed to Jin.
interesting.
I think it was Lyra or something like that was the leak, like the rumored one, very, very early
Lydia,
on.
something with an L.
So
Lyrian?
this one
Can't
could,
remember.
Cassian Willix still could be
Lyra.
just a cover name. Something used in scripts not to give off who
Oh.
the actual character is.
Maybe. I was looking at so you remember the cast photo that was released like months ago?
Yeah.
Where it showed all of these guys. his character is in there,
Mhm.
and I don't know,
Ish.
it kind of looks like Biggs, but at the same time,
But it's like saying Jin looks like Ray. Like
he looks like a roughed up fighter who's been fighting in the rebellion for a while now.
Yeah, he does.
And Biggs wasn't that guy.
He would have been pretty young at that point.
Yeah.
Biggs would have been in his 20s,
Yeah.
right?
Because weren't him and Luke the same age?
Around,
Or at
yeah.
least they grew up together.
So he was 18, 20, around when this
I don't know,
happened.
when the movie came out, like in A New Hope, he looked
well-
way older than that.
Well, yes, but wasn't Luke supposed to be 18 in A New Hope?
Yeah. hmm
So
Biggs
so
was
he had
probably
to have been
maybe
in his-
late 20s, maybe just a little older than Luke.
maybe mid 20s. I don't
I
think
don't
it
know.
could be. I don't think you need to give characters like that a full story in a movie. Maybe if Biggs is just around, you just like Biggs exists type thing.
Sure.
I don't think he needs to be part of the team
No, I don't think
for
so.
this. 'Cause
Yeah,
if
that's another reason why I don't buy it.
yeah. And then of course we've got we mentioned it in passing, but we've got Donnie
Donnie
Yen's character.
Oh, so excited about
Donnie
this.
Yen is a badass. I don't understand having a space ninja with a stick fighting stormtroopers.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just
So-
an excuse to
so
put
these are
Donnie Yen in a Star Wars movie.
Yes, probably. But these are stormtroopers. They have armor and helmets that it's to me
It's already been established that those
don't do well. I mean, okay, so
that
the fact
small stones can knock a stormtrooper out.
in Return of the Jedi, stormtroopers are killed by
Rocks.
teddy bears throwing rocks. So maybe
It's so embarrassing.
Maybe an Asian dude swinging a stick can kill a stormtrooper through his armor. I don't.
I don't think he was killing him. He's just kind of knocking him out.
How?
Probably, right?
He's hitting them in the helmet with a stick. How could that knock
I really
them out?
don't understand.
Like, I don't understand that. It looks cool. I understand that,
Yeah.
but these guys have armor and blasters, and he's just hitting them with a stick in
Yeah.
a badass way. But I don't think that would take down guys wearing armor.
Yeah,
I mean, and again,
I don't
it's a
know.
stick. It's not even like a sword. Like he's not stabbing into the armor or anything. He's just like whacking them.
Bong.
Yeah. And then
That aside,
yes, the odd
it is Donnie
stick fight.
Yen.
It is Donnie Yen, so he will be badass.
It is Ip Man himself.
And I guess what people were assuming earlier on, especially from the original cast photo, is supposedly this character is blind.
Yeah, and well, you can see. I was telling you this earlier. You can see in the cast photo if
That
you
one
look
that
at his
came out,
eyes, they're
that
all
original
kind
cast photo.
of glossed over, milky.
Yeah.
They look like a blind person's eyes.
You can't. I mean, it's too fast in the trailer to tell, but
He
Kinda.
for sure looks blind in the cast photo.
yeah. Maybe it's just so recently that I watched Daredevil season 2 that I'm like a blind person,
With a staff.
and then with a staff, and then all the Asian, Asian. I guess they're Japanese, like the Yakuza and the ninjas that were in Daredevil. Like,
yeah.
I'm kind of over ninjas right now. I don't need a Star Wars. I don't need a space ninja.
Star Wars Space Ninja.
And he's like wearing almost like a samurai, like
Is he?
the samurai weekend clothes is what I would call it. Like when they're not in their armor, like he has like that robe.
Yeah, he does have those robes on.
Like it's like
yeah.
it's like in The Last Samurai, like when they're not fighting, when they're just wearing their robes and
Yeah.
looking all regal. Like
Right.
that's what it looks like. So it looks like feudal Japanese stick fighting spaceman. Like I don't get it. I'm sure it will be awesome, but I don't understand a man in the distant past future that has lasers fighting with a stick. That's not a lightsaber.
Right.
So that's
I don't know.
rough. But I'm sure
these
he will
are
be
two main
amazing.
characters that have staffs now. Staffs are like
Staffs
are
in.
so hot right now.
I saw you tweet that earlier.
They're so in.
Yeah.
The last thing I had was so this is all predicated on. I'll do this quickly because we're kind of running close on time here. But the whole thing is predicated on, like Mothma says up front, there's going to be a weapons test. There's a
Yes.
weapons test coming up, and we need you to find out what this thing is first of all, and then how do we stop it?
Well, I assume what
Right.
she means is that since they put in that bit there, in the trailer,
put in the
teaser,
super
they're
laser,
putting
yeah.
in the super laser, like disc.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that means they know it's ready to test, which of course they test on Leia's on Alderaan.
Well, that's my point. So there's this weapons test coming up that the rebels know about, and this is pretty far back, or at least a year, right? Or maybe was it less time than that before
Maybe
A New
it's just
Hope?
a handful of months because I mean,
I guess Leia has the plans.
Is,
Yeah, maybe it is not
so
that long.
I'm assuming at the end of Rogue One, they have to like hand off the plans to Leia, and Leia's trying to bring them back to the rebellion, right?
I'm just trying to. I guess you're right.
Because they didn't have the plans at that point,
Right.
R2 and Luke,
And you would
brought the
think
plans.
that they wouldn't.
So this has to be like the same month or like months before A New Hope, right?
Probably, I would assume so.
Like maybe just a couple months.
And they would have to, have enough time to get the plans back to Leia, physical plans, because Leia has them. They're like physical things. Or a disc, or a little floppy disk.
So I'm guessing, so they know it's ready to test.
So they know. Well, there's some kind of test that's going to happen. Which, are they trying to test it, and then these rebels are able to stop that from happening? And then it just gets rescheduled basically to Alderaan once they have Leia. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, are they not only are they stealing the plans, are they actually stopping
a test?
Yeah,
that's interesting. Could be. I'm assuming a lot of these characters that are going to be introduced are probably also going to be killed.
You think so?
Many Bothans died getting those plans.
I was thinking about that. That was in Return of the Jedi. They never mentioned Bothans.
Was that for the second? Was that for the second Death Star?
They never mentioned Bothans
maybe.
for A New Hope.
That's true. Well, I don't know. I assume there's like 5 people in the group in the team.
I just closed the cast photo. I think so. 5.
I assume most of
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
And the droid.
Yeah, and the droid.
So I assume at least half, rounding up, would probably die.
You think so?
I think 3 of the 5 will probably die. Right?
You think Jan will stick around?
Probably. Because she's Rey's mom, duh.
Apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And then, of course, the most important piece, other than the weird back-to-tank clone thing, most important piece is at the very end when the last line of dialogue is being spoken from the teaser.
By Forrest Whitaker.
I don't know why. He looks
in
like
Fallout power armor.
He looks like Buzz Lightyear, like Buzz Lightyear power armor.
It looks like Fallout power armor. It's got the shield on the side and everything.
Anyways, when he's like saying his last line at the very end, like one of the last couple words he says, like, "What will you turn into?" or "What will you become?"
What will you become?
When he's like saying "become," you hear the intake of Darth Vader's breath, and then afterwards you hear the exhale.
We were fighting about that before we started recording.
100%, that is definitely Darth Vader breathing. Because think about it, when she's saying when the Empire, when they capture you, is that what he says? When they capture you, what will you become? That's directly related to Anakin. Like when they captured him, what did he become?
Interesting point.
It
sounded just like
he became. He became the evil of all, and we know he's going to be in the movie. So I think I think that noise, that's definitely Darth Vader's breath. It has to be.
You think
and
so?
It's the little Easter egg, the little hint at he's coming. He's going to get you.
That's like Luke's saber igniting at the end of the Force Awakens trailer.
That specific saber sound. Yeah, I think it's the same thing. And that was really
maybe it
I
makes
can't wait to
sense.
see Darth Vader actually fight like
chopping bits,
like real, like a real fight, a real Vader fight, not a sad Vader fight, not the tap fight he has with Obi-Wan, but like throwing people and ripping them apart, because Anakin he's an angry man.
Yeah.
And especially that soon after, like, Revenge of the Sith and everything, like he was like the darkest.
I think at this point he's like pretty much got control of himself, right?
But
I they're stealing his plans.
Still even in Tarkin, he's hardcore.
Yeah.
But we never got that in the original trilogy because
and in all the Vader comics, he's super badass.
Yeah, so I can't wait to see him actually fight.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's enough for our special episode. We don't want to go too long because another one's coming out in a couple days.
Yep.
So that was awesome. We wanted to get something out since that just happened.
Go watch it again. Go watch it many times.
Yes, go watch your Blu-rays.
Merry tidings to all!
Go watch your Blu-rays that hopefully came in, because ours finally did.
Mine finally did,
When you hear the episode on Monday, we will complain about it not coming in on time.
But now that's not true anymore.
The time travels of podcasts. Anyways, that's it for our special episode. See ya.
See ya, bye.
Hokey religions and ancient weapons. no match for a good blast here, True Sight.